let's do it. Come on in. Come on in now. So, Auntie Lee, yeah, can do a thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
This ain't about attention.
Salute. Welcome back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah.
This ain't about clout. It's
Thank
that
you so
love you
much
can't
for deciding
explain.
to come back.
That God put in you.
Salute, Young Nine.
When everybody else
We're
walked
just gonna
away.
wait for other people to come in.
Still stay, even when they don't see it.
Yeah.
We still fight, even when they don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love so deep, yeah, it don't need a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
God gave purpose, we just walk in His meaning.
Yeah. We still stand, we don't fold, we don't break. Through the pain, through the lies, through the weight. For the ones who can't speak, we awake. This that love they can't fake. Yeah, they say, leave it alone, let it rest, let it die. But how you turn your back when the truth still cry? When the silence too loud, when the story don't add, when the system go quiet but the spirit stay mad. This ain't anger, this alignment with a high call. When you chosen, you don't get to ignore it at all. Even when the family tired, even when hope thin. Gotta send a stranger just to step back in. We don't move off feelings, we move off faith. Even when the road long and the path ain't straight. It's that burden you carry that you didn't choose, but it chose you. Now you got something to prove.
Faithful Theo.
Hey, but Theo, what's going on, my boy? Hey, Angela.
Don't need a reason. When your purpose is what it is.
Yeah. They don't get it. How we love people we never met. How we cry over names we can't forget. How we carry their stories like they ours too. That's that God in us. That's what love do. It ain't logic, it's spiritual obedience. When the world go cold, we stay obedient. We don't quit cause it's hard or inconvenient. We stay planted, rooted, firm in the sequence. Even when doors close, we knock again. Even when they silence us, we talk again. Even when they doubt, we still defend. Cause truth don't die, it just waits to win.
We just waiting on some other folks to come
Even
in.
when the victim's voice fades. Even when the world moves
everybody in the building.
We don't.
Appreciate y'all coming back to Kicking It with
Because love don't expire.
Love don't
purpose
expire.
Don't clock out.
Purpose don't clock out.
Yeah, we planted in truth. We still fight, that's the God in our roots. Through the fire, we rise, we produce.
We gon' still holler Justice for KJ. I'm not gonna never stop. And it's not disrespect. It's just in me. I can't help it.
It's the love only heaven can build. And we won't stop till the truth is revealed.
All right. Let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building with us today. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming back. Salute. Lynette Robinson. Hey. Darlene Robinson. Hey, Lakeisha. What it do, baby? What it do? Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. This has been a very interesting week. Hey, Mickey. Hey, baby. It's been a very interesting week, but we're going to put all of that behind us. It's just the new things that are popping off. I see fake pages in my name. That's not me. I only have one page. I don't have multiple pages. I need you guys to understand. There are fake pages now popping up in my name that are not me. That are not me. Not only that, this is Matt Moody. Y'all know Matt Moody, the wrestler, the one that gave the two narrative reports and interviews, two different detectives about the wrestling team going to Macon, Georgia, when we was talking about Brandon Bell's alleged alibi. Matt Moody was a topic, right? And I wasn't, he always watching my page too, right? That Matt Moody. And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I'm careful about what I say when I say it. I pose questions because we want to know, right? We want to know if this alibi is true. We want to know what happened to Kendrick. We want to know. I know that Mrs. Johnson doesn't like me talking about Kendrick. What I don't is understand why. I don't understand why. So with that being said, I will continue to talk about him because he still needs justice. It's a public case. No, I will not slander none of their names or anything like that. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or pop my ish. Because she said no, I'm going to say yes. No, that's not it. What's it is he still needs justice. And we were getting close. Something happened. I don't know. Maybe I was about to uncover something that I wasn't supposed to uncover. I don't really understand the events that went on. So with that being said, my heart, even though I can say F this and go on to the next case, which we will be talking about a different case tonight as well. I can say F this. I don't want anything to do with this. I'm tired of people disparaging me, attacking me. And so now I'm being attacked by trolls, and I'm also being attacked by KJ's army all at the same time. I can easily walk away. But when God tells you to do something, you can't walk away. No matter what you face. Your assignment is your assignment, period. And you may not understand it. And if you don't understand it, I'm respectfully asking you not to be on my platform. Because I don't want to irritate your soul or irritate your spirit. But I don't need you to irritate mine, because the irritation in my comments, in the fight, in the war, has distracted everything. I needed to be in the paperwork. I needed to be in the surveillance footage. And I haven't been. But what I have been doing is sleeping like a baby. Since I let out my truth about how I was being treated, people are like, you expose things in your personal inbox. And I'm like, I had to defend myself. I had to show the truth. I was being made and still being made out to be like some villain. And all I did was show the truth. Same with Jay's text message when she asked him to make the song. Just showing the proof, the evidence. What am I supposed to do? Just allow these things to be out in the atmosphere and destroy my credibility and his credibility and making us look like that we're just money hungry, grabbing, I don't know what's out here.
That's what's going on with you, bro.
Doing all right?
Yeah. That's all we did was clear our name up. That's it. We didn't slander. We ain't slander nobody or nothing.
Yeah, and again, we're not gonna slander nobody, right? We're not gonna do that. Okay? But I mean, I am gonna speak my truth. Thank you so much, Mickey, for the super chat. Thank you so much, babe. You always here to support me. Hey, Gabriella, thank you so much for becoming a member, babe. I appreciate that. Yeah, you are a member. You green, right? I don't know. That might be your. No, you're not a member. That's just your background. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. In no means can I allow things to be out there that are not true if I have proof. And I always have receipts. And I don't say nothing without receipts. Always believe that. You should know that. Now this blow up this is Matt Moody. Matt Moody's mother, she's now, since the army has been infiltrated and blew up from the inside, she has now got the balls to get in my inbox. Yeah, that's right. And threatened after she gave a long explanation of what happened. I did invite Moody to talk to me, but Moody sent his mom. Mother, respectfully, I don't respond to threats the way that regular normal people may do. When I say I'm not scared of something, I'm not. I'm not scared of nothing or nobody. Only person that I have any type of fear of is not a person. He's God. So you wanted to get in my inbox. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. I want to read your message to the audience. You got now. You're brave. Y'all out here acting them up since the army has I guess turned on me or whatever. Now you got the balls. You want to just come on up in my inbox. But let's talk about it. Sue, she blocked me. She blocked me. I can't see her page no more, but I can definitely still see her chat. Oh, there you are, Susan Harper Moody. Hi, Matt. That's Matt Moody right there with his wife. But she got my inbox and left me a long message. Massachusetts, you don't have a clue except what you read on social media. I don't know why some wrestlers were released early, but my guess is something about weigh-ins. I know Matthew was sometimes close to not making weight. He would wear garbage bags and run, then go weigh in. Brandon was the same way. In fact, better wrestlers are always close to their weight limit. Matt and Brandon were on the bus together, which the bus left at noonish. They had weigh-ins in Macon 2.5 hours away at 4 o'clock p.m. Why are the Johnsons cult gang at this shit again? Jackie run out of money this month? You know nothing. There is only one possible way KJ passed. An unfortunate accidental death. There is no way possible anyone could have moved the 12 very heavy rolled up vertical standing mats. Kill a guy, roll him in a mat, set Matt in a corner, and place Matt's back in place, all in 7 minutes. That's the time class started in gym. And plus, no one saw anything. The gym was used as a pass-through by many students to get to the other side of the school. Instead of walking down 2 long hallways, it's easier to walk through the gym. I do not want to see my son's name any of your posts again. I think she meant, she said, your son's name on any of your posts again, or you will be reported. Well, ma'am, you can report what you want. Unless I am defaming Moody, and I am not, you can report what you want. This is my response. I can ask questions, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm also inviting him to a conversation. If you think threatening me works, it doesn't work on me. I do not believe that KJ died by an accident. You said a mouthful. You said nobody saw anything, but the gym was a pass-through for the students. If that is the case, why didn't anyone see anything? Why didn't anybody see KJ on top of the mats? Where the witness? Right.
Exactly.
She said, did she not just say nobody saw anything? But it was a pass-through. Students were passing through. It was impossible for somebody to do this in 7 minutes. Ma'am, you said a mouthful. Because why is there no witnesses that saw KJ on top of those mats, reaching down for his shoe, or on top of the mats at all, or even near the mats? Good question. Nowhere near the mats at all. You said that. So where did it happen is the question. And how did it happen is the question. Then you went on to give an excuse about trash bags. You're trying to cover up the reason that allegedly Brandon had a trash bag on. How you buying? Walking through the hallway with a bag full of clothes. But you forgot one thing. You try to, commingle it with what Moody does as well. for weigh-ins at weigh-ins, and a lot of wrestlers do that. But Moody wasn't mentioned in those 5 wrestlers that were let out early, was he? So what does that got to do with anything? You're trying to give an explanation of why Trash Bag was there and why Moody would be let out early for weigh-ins, but he wasn't let out early for weigh-ins at all. That's not what the statement said. He wasn't one of those 5 students. So what does that got to do with anything? Keep talking, ma'am. I want to know more. What else do you know? Because I'm going to dissect everything that you say. And you said a mouthful. And by the way, since you said, hold on, that I bet not have your son's face on your screen no more, or name on my page. Everybody meet Matt Moody. Hi. Say hi to Matt Moody. You can't do that to a person like me. Don't threaten me. I'm not going to get on here and call you all type of names because I'm a mother as well. But don't get on my page or in my inbox. You was on my page too. But in my inbox, popping your ish. Because now there's a big disruption or whatever that's playing out publicly. It's not going to work. But thank you, though. Thank you for that information, because it definitely should be some witnesses. What do you all think? What do you all think in the comments? She said that all that couldn't happen in 7 minutes, and students were always passing through the gym. Right? She said the next minute from the time that KJ walked into the gym, it was only 7 minutes. But it was gym, people in the gym, clearly we saw people walk behind them and everything. So why did no one testified that they saw Kendrick on top of the mats?
And she just confirmed that. Okay, she said people coming and going, passing throughout the mat in 7 minutes. Okay, they said that the camera footage cut off because it's motion detected. So that's why I made a post a while back. I'm like, okay, if that's the case, you telling me that nobody passed through the gym in the whole 2 hour time frame?
That's a good question. We saw people walking in behind them. That's a lie. They didn't see him on top of the mat.
Exactly.
That's a question. Now, like I said, tonight's live really is about Stephen L. Johnson. I have actually been, I hate that this thing will not allow me to, oh, there we are. I've actually been working on his story for some time, but my heart was always on Kendrick Johnson, and it still is. But I do have to start posting about my other cases, because I just cannot continue to put them on hold, because I've been actually kind of I've been silenced, tried to be silenced. I'm not complying with the gag order, but yeah. So we will be talking about Stephen L. Johnson tonight. But this video clip of the surveillance footage, I want you guys to pay special attention to something, and this just caught my eye, like yesterday when I was like in my feelings and watching the footage. I want to know, so I want you to watch this real quick. Watch this real quick with me. Uh-oh, my mouse messing up. And I haven't drowned out the background or nothing like that, so it's not a very good video. It's just a clip.
Hold on. Hold on, Auntie. I want to answer the question right here at the end.
Okay.
It says, so how is it confirmed that he allegedly climbed on top of the mat to get something if no one saw anything?
It wasn't.
It was never confirmed. I mean, they assumed that's what he did. That's the crazy thing about it. Nothing was investigated. They assumed that what happened and went from there.
Yep. No one saw it. And that's why the Department of Justice, they changed the manner of death as undetermined, because they could not determine how he got inside the mat. So the cause of death has been changed by the Department of Justice. I posted that letter some weeks ago to undetermined. But the death certificate still says positional asphyxia, and I do believe that the Johnsons has petitioned uh, the GBI to change the death certificate to undetermined because that is what the Department of Justice agreed with, and for some odd reason, the GBI still says no. They're always trying to block this family. They're always trying some type of way to keep them from getting anywhere with their search for justice or
I
whatever.
see. I see.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to respond to this page. This stranger
Mm-hmm.
son podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We won't ban you.
Mm-mm.
The only way we won't ban you if you come on live. Hey, Auntie, drop that
Mm-hmm.
link.
Oh Lord.
Drop that
Nephew.
link.
I'm coming. Hold on. Nephew won't smoke. Just a second. I'm not sure if he wants to come up or she wants to come up here and brain smoke or not, but you are able to speak freely on this platform, no matter what it may be. If you got something to say, hit the link. I've always welcomed people to hit the link.
Especially if you got something negative to say in the comments.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So hit the link if you want to come up and say anything. Until then, we're going to look at this footage because I want to point something out to you. I want to see if you see what I see. Look at the people. Look very close at their shoes. Pay special attention to the shoes. Because something was intentionally done to this footage. Okay. Hold on, because I would love to talk to you. Why would I ban you for that? Pay special attention to the shoes. What do you guys see? The shoes are blurred out, guys. The shoes are intentionally blurred out. Why would they intentionally blur out shoes?
All they supposed to do was blur out the faces.
hmm Why would you intentionally blur out shoes? You can see the intent. You know why? What do we find in the gym? Some unidentified shoes. They knew that people like us would be looking at shoes, trying to figure out whose shoes did those shoes belong to. With the orange shoelaces, fresh, brand new shoelaces, trying to throw us off. We know those shoelaces were not orange at first; those are brand new. Why would you intentionally blur out shoes? Let's have the conversation. Drop your questions. I know why. Jay knows why. I would like for them to answer why. What do you guys think? Okay, so Stranger Podcast says he only had 3 minutes alone in that gym. Okay, come up and tell us about it. You seem like you got some knowledge about the situation. You don't even have to turn on your camera. You can leave your your background as your like this. Like if I don't want to turn on the camera, that's how I look. I just talk. That's what you can do. You know. Okay. Do you know that? Yes. 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 It took one image every 1 second. Yes. But I also know that we have two documents where two forensic specialists reviewed the camera footage in detail, and they confirmed that the camera footage was tampered with and it was by humans. We went over that a few days ago. So yes, they could be. They could have been. They could have been there before Christmas. You are 100% right. We don't like accuse. We do ask questions because we don't know anything for a fact. But it looks like that you went there. Did you go to the school? You may be able to fill in some or answer some of our questions. No, it wasn't a whole lot of shoes that was in the gym. It was only 3 pairs, and two belonged to KJ. So no, there were not a lot of, and that's odd too. Think about that. A lot of kids said that they stored their shoes by the mat, right? That's in the narrative report. Okay? Where were the shoes on in the crime scene? If there's a lot of kids stored their shoes over there, where did their shoes go? They just magically disappeared. There's a narrative report of several students testifying that many students stored their shoes in that corner by the mat, but we only had one shoe over there when Kendrick reached, and that's the one that allegedly he was reaching down for. Where were the rest of the shoes? Because those black, gray, and orange shoes were not by the mats. They were not by the mats. They were by the bleachers and the volleyball net and the bloody weight. Where the rest of the shoes? See, none of this is making sense, guys. And they get mad when we call it out. And something happened. Because they infiltrated the army and blew it up from the inside. But what they didn't anticipate is somebody like me who just won't stop until God says stop, and because something's has to give. It's been like this for years. People stopping because of disagreements. People are abruptly stopping to investigate the case because of disagreements. We can't stop. Won't stop. No diddy. This is diabolical. I don't understand this situation. Matt Moody should speak up. If you know something, say something. Yes, the cameras were messed with. Absolutely. But Matt sent his mama. And his mother, threatened, Auntie Leah. I see my son's name and face pasted on your page. I'm going to report you. Here you go. Wait. Sorry, let me take the camera down. I was trying to be slick. But, I don't remove J9. But here you go. Ma'am, report. Because this is a public photo. And two, I'm not disparaging Matt's name. Matt watches my page. He likes my content, Miss Moody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he likes my page. So he can come talk to me. I'm a reasonable person.
I'm
But don't
gonna be, I'm gonna be kind of honest with you. For him to even come tell you about the situation, and he's this age, that kind of tells a lot on itself.
It does. It does. And your mom is trying to explain things away. Okay. Thank you, Miss Moody, for some insight. But you just gave me more questions because you just said the gym was a pass through. They didn't want to walk those long halls so kids would all pass through the gym all the time. But there's not one witness statement that said KJ was on top of that mat. Not one. And where are the shoes, ma'am? There's all these witnesses says, oh yeah, they stored their shoes over there. Where the shoes at? Where
You
the
got
shoes?
you
'Cause
got
that,
you got two basketball teams in the playing basketball, and not one person seeing him
mm-hmm,
come on mat.
nope,
Nobody.
not one. So where did it happen, guys? Where did it happen? Where did it happen? Where are they storing? And then we also have several people that said those yellow standing up mats, Miss Moody, they were not there when KJ entered the gym. They were not there. Of course, we don't have any footage to confirm because it cut off. It cut off. We don't have anything to confirm what you're alleged, saying either because the footage disappeared. So thank you. I really thank you. See, you thought you was going to get in my inbox and pop your but you actually gave me some silent information. One, Matt Moody was not one of the kids that were let out early, according to the narrative report. So he really didn't have nothing to do with the trash bag explanation. Because see, we didn't see in the trash bag tied around Brandon's torso We saw him carrying trash bags and changing clothes and putting clothes and shoes in trash bags. And we saw Mr. Clay Griffiths allegedly walking down the hallway, confusing the whole nation. He was hot at the bottom and cold at the top, ma'am. Did you see that? You have an explanation for that? You know, because he had a hoodie on with a long sleeve red shirt. He was cold at the top. But see, at the bottom, he had these really little shorts on, black shorts on. And then he first had his socks on, but he must have had a hot flash at the bottom because he took those off. So, carry on. Let's see. Any more questions? Well, if he wasn't stalking your page, his mama wouldn't know he was on there. You got that right. And how she know my page is the next question. How she know my page?
Me personally, if I was in the gym and somebody climbing on top of Matt, that would have caught my eye. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I would have caught that.
Yes.
Cause I would have been like, what the hell? Oh, you about to hit a back flip off this motherfucker?
Look, did nobody? Are you? What was that? A trick question? I don't know what. But no. That is a true statement. That is a true statement. I most definitely would also as well wonder the same thing. And yes, nephew, I would know or remember somebody on top of the mats. And also, let me remind you that I've never seen anybody climb on those mats on the morning of the discovery either. I'm still looking, got sidetracked, still looking. Matt is watching for a reason, but I think they're trying to stop you for a reason. I know that for a fact. All this is happening for a reason. I know that for a fact. People are asking the wrong questions. People are steady attacking me, trying to make me stop because Miss Johnson asked me to. But when you do that to a person like me, I have like this mind that goes, on farther and deeper. Like, but why would anybody want to stop truth from coming? Now, this is not an accusation. This is me giving you my thoughts. What's going on here? I can put my thoughts out there because I still don't understand it. How does she know what the kids did? Did she work at the schools? Was she watching them going through the gym? How do you know, Miss Moody? Good question. Good question. Miss Moody, you can also hit the link. We can have an adult conversation. I didn't cuss you out now, so I won't cuss you out then. I'm not that type. We can have a conversation, respectful. Stride said the shoes were gone the next day, so who knows? How about the shoes being there that day? If all these kids in the narrative report, in the police reports testified that they would put their shoes over there and confirmed it, where were the shoes the day that Kendrick Johnson's body was found? We know that y'all didn't clean the gym over there. It was trash everywhere. Skittles and all kind of candy wraps. Trash everything. Where were the shoes? Was that investigated? Did you ask yourself that question when that student told you, well, why didn't we find any shoes over there? Or did you just accept that narrative because it went with your narrative? Allegedly. Or did you write it yourself? Allegedly. Because you know me, I kind of think that the statements sound too identical to be true. I do.
I told you, Strain Up Sons podcast. All you gotta do is come on. You can cut your camera off. We are not gonna ban you. Click the link.
That's correct. What nephew said. They must have done it in the locker room or something. There's something going on. I mean, I thought it was the weight room, to be honest with you. And that's hence why we don't have pictures of the weight room or the locker room. We don't know anything for facts as of yet, but we will continue to ask the hard questions. We will continue to search for the truth in this situation. Then you see all the students sitting over there on the bleachers. They should have seen KJ get up on the mat to get his shoes. Yep. I agree. Were there any pictures in the file of the... No, Erica. That's what I think I asked a couple of weeks ago. Where are the photos of the gym? I mean, of the locker room. Where are the photos of the wrestling room? That's where he was going. He was going to wrestling.
but they
I
got
mean, not
pictures.
wrestling. Wait. Let me correct this. He was going to weight class.
But
Weight class.
they got pictures of all types of insignificant uh pictures of the outside areas that you know what I'm saying that is not even significant to the case.
Yes. We got pictures of things that are not significant. We have pictures of things that were significant, like that window, that broken window. That broken window, guys. We got so many pictures of that broken window. So that tells me that the investigator working that crime scene thought that that broken window was significant. Possibly a entry or outry to a crime. That's why we have so many pictures of that broken window. Yes, girl, child, hot at the top. I mean, hot at the bottom and cold at the top. Mr. Griffiths was so confused that day, and I would have been confused that day too if I've seen what I seen happen that day, allegedly. And why wouldn't the mat? They're trying to make us believe that the mats were so heavy and it was so many, so packed together that Kendrick couldn't uh tip the mat over as usual and get the shoe, so he climbed on top. Well, nobody's seen it. There's no camera footage of this. And he tried to reach down to it, and even though he couldn't really fall into it because it was too tight, he wiggled. He shimmied himself down the mat. That's what they want us to believe. That's what they want the world to believe. Bullshit. Bullshit. I wasn't even supposed to be talking about Kendrick tonight, guys. Y'all see what my heart is. But we still gonna look at the video for Stephen L. Johnson. But yes, justice for Kendrick. It's still always gonna be about this kid until somebody's arrested. Yes, of course I want to talk to you. Of course I want your answers. And no, I won't ban you. Ban you for what? We're asking questions. We don't know for a fact.
What do you mean when you say same reason she didn't want the reward money? I want to know what you mean by that.
I don't know who he been talking about. Yes, Madeline Hines. You can hit the link, strangers, on podcast. Yes, Miss Moody, come out and let us chat. Yes, please, let's have a conversation. Well, yeah, they didn't clean nothing, but I still would like to know where those other shoes that were supposed to be over in the corner by the mats that we didn't see. Hey, said in the West, salute, sir, salute. They didn't investigate the shoes that disappeared. They didn't. They didn't investigate anything. Everybody say salute to Set in the West, who is the fiance and producer of the Jaguar Right, who is the queen,
I
in my
think.
opinion. Yes.
Drop the link one more time. He said, how you do this? Once she drop that link, click on that link. It'll bring you up.
I dropped the link, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know if you're sir or ma'am.
You
All
see that link
right.
right there? Stream. It say StreamYards. Click that link.
He got a podcast. I'm pretty sure he know how to hit this link. Come on now. Let's stop playing slow, Mr. Strangers on podcast. The link is right there. Just hit it. It'll take you to the StreamYard, and then I'll add you to the stage. What you up to, girl? We still want justice.
Exposing the truth.
Right.
Get to the gritty gritty. Get into the nitty gritty.
Exactly. How do I do this? Okay, I just explained it. Just hit the link, babe. Yeah, nobody would knowing they were then likely couldn't fit. Like, he's not new to mats. Come on. You know, he's not going in the mat. We're not that adventurous, y'all know that. We didn't grow up in no households where we went on hunting trips and skydiving and things like that we would just jump on out there, you know, intentionally going after dangerous situations. That's not how we were raised. Shoot, you look at the scary movies. Y'all know we run. We the first one run. We ain't going towards danger. We didn't go in heat. He ain't going that mat like that. Okay, stranger, are you coming? Well, until stranger decides to come, I do want to start looking at a little bit of the video for Stephen L. Johnson. Let's learn about this guy who also ironically passed away on October the 10th, 2000. Who was born on October the 10th? This is quiz. Who was born that we are so passionate about that was born on October the 10th? Put it in the chat. Who was born on October the 10th? Whose birthday is this day? Stephen L. Johnson died on this very special day. Nobody knows? Kendall Johnson was born October the 10th, 1996. Stephen L. Johnson was murdered on October the 10th, 2000. His last name is Johnson too, even though they're not connected. They're not related. Okay, so we do have Stranger. Salute, Stranger. How are
Hi.
you? Hi. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So what you got for us? What questions do you have? Share your wisdom.
I have no questions for you. What do you have for me?
I don't have anything for you. I was reading your things in your comments in the comment section, and it seems like you had some information that you would like to share, and I'm giving you the opportunity to actually share it.
Okay. Sorry, I've never done this before.
It's okay.
And I can't find my comments again.
Well, did you go to school
Did I go to school?
there?
You're so smart ass. Yeah, I did.
No.
But
You didn't
yeah,
let me. Wait a minute. Hold on, because you think you're coming off combative because you think that I'm being combative.
I'm
I
sorry.
was-
No. It was sort of supposed to be a joke.
Oh well, yeah. I was meaning. Did you go to school at Lowndes High School?
No. Okay.
Okay.
No, I did not. I just did a lot of research.
Okay. And what did your research tell you?
Okay, I'm going back to what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the cameras. Now, you probably have all of the camera footage now.
Yes.
Something weird happened with the FBI. That's where I'm getting an echo. So,
You're going in and out, I think, because I can't hear you right
yeah,
now.
that's probably better. All right, so I believe it was December of 2014, about 3 months after Michael Moore started his investigation.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI came to him
Mm-hmm.
in private and said to him that they had gone through all of the camera footage and that there was no reason to believe that anyone was in the gym with Kendrick or saw Kendrick, and there was no reason to believe that that footage had been doctored or played with in any way. The only thing that went weird there is that instead of Michael Moore closing his investigation, because the FBI was closing their investigation and they worked together, is he said, well, I'm not finished with this. You guys, you can go. And that's weird because normally I have mute on, so I'm sorry if you're talking to me, but normally the DOJ's arm of the investigation is the FBI. But what he did instead, since they left, is he got in a bunch of cops from Washington, D.C., and he brought them in and started investigating with them, even though basically the FBI had already said that this case is closed. Those are the people that showed up at the Bell's house with tanks and dressed to the nines in military gear. So anything that weird and wonky that went on that looks strange after that point is because of what the DOJ was trying to do. He was playing with witnesses, getting them to lie.
Who's
He
he?
got Ryan Hall to lie. He got
Who was he?
what's his name? Her girlfriend to lie. And then
Who
when
is
it
he?
got to the point where they got up on a stand, they both refused to lie. They didn't want to, where you lie up on court, contempt. They didn't want to go to jail. So it all fell apart right there. That's
Who
what I
was-
wanted to tell you.
Okay, I appreciate that, but I have a I have questions. Who
Sure.
is he?
Michael Moore,
Okay.
the DOJ. You know who I
Mhm.
mean? Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. I know exactly who you're talking about. Now, did you know that Ryan Domek Hernandez passed his detector test?
I do. You're not going to
Okay.
like my answer to this either,
Yeah,
but
I probably have heard the opposition to what you're about to say. So I'm still going to say that he passed a lie detector test and Ryan Hall didn't. I am going to say that. And as far as Aaliyah Griffin, the girlfriend that you're
yes,
speaking of, she did actually testify. I have the court documents, and she
she
said,
right.
"Go
She
ahead."
didn't have any of the proof she promised to bring.
You know why? Because in the deposition, the attorney of the Bells asked her what happened to the phone, and it said that the FBI confiscated it. Now, when it comes to the Department of Justice and
That's a
Mark,
lie. The
okay,
FBI did no such thing.
well, how would, ma'am, how would you know? I'm just asking a question.
I know from uh, if you go through the file, all of it, you'll find the documents, and also Sheriff Polk gave me a document that proved it.
Okay, so yeah, Sheriff Park should have
He
recused
does.
himself. No, he
He
should have
does.
recused. No. What
Oh
I'm
no,
saying is,
maybe, but he has a lot of information from the FBI, and that was one of the things that he had.
right. Okay, so when it comes to the FBI, I'm just going to say this that and this is not an allegation. It's always been a speculation and a question that the FBI, Rick Bell was an FBI agent. So, and Rick Bell touched many cases. And if they would have thrown Rick Bell under the bus, would I believe if they would have revealed the truth, every case he touched would have been unraveled. So instead, they allow him to retire. So, what do you have to
Well,
say with that about that?
I I don't know anything about why Rick Bell left. I mean, I was told by someone that knows Rick Bell that they left because of the threats. That's why they moved.
The threats from
Um,
so people were
the threats to
threatening.
their lives because of this, because of what was going on. Um,
Oh, okay. Well, I just believe that I believe that he was, given the option to retire because if they would have acted on the evidence that was set before a judge, which issued the search warrants, you had to have evidence, right? A judge's not going to sign off on search warrants without it. We all know
no,
that.
he didn't. He signed off on a search warrant that actually
Who signed off on the search warrant?
the judge signed off on a
Hmm.
search warrant that came from um, oh, what was his name? He was in the documentary.
Well, a judge, can we agree that a judge will not sign off on a search warrant
No,
without
no,
tangible
something
evidence?
weird happened there too with the DOJ.
Okay, I would like to hear your
Okay.
explanation on that.
Oh yeah, I remember Mitch Creedle.
Mm-hmm.
He was an investigator from Washington. He
Yeah.
wasn't told the truth. The DOJ did not tell him the truth. The DOJ said that um, Aaliyah Griffin had given him information that yeah, that Rick Bell had been tampering with evidence, tampering with
Ma'am, you want us to believe an institution that
yeah.
one of the
I know what
alleged
you're gonna
fathers,
say.
yeah. You want us, I mean, no, just listen. You want us to take the word of an institution, one of the the alleged perpetrators of fathers was a, belonged to over the Department of Justice.
Yes.
I,
Yeah, the Department of Justice in this case with Michael Moore, he
mm,
called up Mitch Creedle and he told
mhm.
Mitch Creedle that he had information from Aaliyah Griffin that Rick Bell was harassing her at work
Right,
and that he was witness tampering. And
okay.
that's all he told Mitch Creedle.
Mhm.
And then
But
Mitch Creedle personally took that to a judge. And a judge looking at that information said, yes, this looks like enough information that I'm going to give you a search warrant for these people.
okay, so I don't know not.
Except, do you know what happened to Michael Moore? at the
Hmm.
end of all this?
Yeah, he resigned and went back to
He
private
he
practice.
got fired and went back to private practice.
I only can go by
He got
by what
fired.
I can find. I can't
I know.
go
I know
by.
it's not in there. It's in the FBI files. But like I
I
said, I spoke to Sheriff Polk, and that's what happened. He basically got he got put down into the ambulance chaser category.
hmm
Got from DOJ to ambulance chaser.
hmm
So he
And you
was.
also you want me to believe Sheriff Park, who one that got on national TV and said that
No,
you can call me a
oh
cracker,
no,
but you can't call me a liar.
nothing I'm
Mm-mm.
telling you. Oh, I'm not calling you a liar, but nothing I'm telling you is something that Polk would want me to say. I'm just telling you.
You're giving me your opinion, and that's
Well,
okay. Your
kind of,
opinion is your
kind of.
opinion. There's no documentation that I can find that supports the opinions. I
You
do
do.
have the FBI files. Maybe I haven't gotten to that part yet.
You have some of them.
No, no. I had the first batch. I was
Yeah,
invited to get
he didn't
the
give
all
them.
the rest of them,
He,
and
he couldn't give them all away. But what you have is a letter that says
no,
is
ma'am. I put in a FAIO request to the FBI and got the files from them. Nobody else gave me that. Go ahead.
okay. Well, they're not going to tell you the truth. They don't have to because they're not.
Okay. Thank you for
They're not
saying
the
that.
FBI. No, yeah, and they don't. The DOJ does can lie all they want.
No, no, no. I said the FBI, not the
Oh yeah,
DOJ.
the FBI files are there, and the FBI files were the ones that showed that that they closed the case because there wasn't enough time for anyone to have done anything to Kendrick. That was it.
Mm, well, that's not what we believe, and that's not what
I know.
witnesses are saying, and that's not even what Matt Moody just said. Matt Moody's mother, I'm saying, she just said
Matt
that the
Moody didn't
student,
understand what she was saying
yeah, the students are passing through the gym all the time. Nobody saw Kendrick on top of the mat. So how can you make me believe that he was on top of the mat,
because
climbing?
the crazy thing is, if you think about when he ran into the gym, he ran right into up on top of the mats. There was nobody else in the gym for 3 minutes,
Wait a
and during
minute.
that time,
We
he
saw
just
people walk right in behind him.
it was about 3 minutes.
It,
Remember
it,
this
it
camera
wasn't.
only takes one picture per second.
No, it was he wasn't, ma'am. If you look at the footage, you'll see the guy that walked in front of him while he's in the gym over to the right, walking,
Right.
and Kendrick starts running across the gym. There were other kids. He's walking in that shot, so he was
Yeah.
not in there alone.
Okay, I apologize. Not only does this camera, which is a terrible camera, not only take one picture every 1 second, it doesn't take
Mhm,
any pictures if there's no movement in its field of vision.
mhm. Well, we saw the other kids walking. They were there.
Some kids were. And then
Yeah,
there was a period of time,
but you just said he was in there by himself. So
yeah,
which
if
one
you
is
look
it?
at the FBI report, it'll show that there were 3 minutes basically where there was no one in the gym.
Okay, so
You
we've
gotta look at the
already established.
timestamps. They're kind of messed up, but
Hmm.
if you look at the pictures and the timestamps, you'll get it. You're,
Yeah.
you're,
Okay.
you're a smart cookie. You'll be
I'm
able.
very smart, and I'm
Yes, I know
very
you
smart,
are.
and I know what I see.
I
I
know
know what
you
I
are.
see,
I'm talking.
and and I'm gonna follow the truth wherever it may be, wherever
I
it may
mean,
lead. It doesn't matter where it
I
leads.
respect that. That is what you got to do. I mean, I know this is terrible, and the the truth is, it leads to an accident, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, so I don't believe that because
I know,
there is no evidence of him suffocating in a mat.
I
His
know,
lungs were underweight.
I
Where's the
know.
evidence of that? Where's the evidence of that?
Keep reading. Keep reading that file. I read the whole thing.
I did, but I also want you to know that it's a motive behind what the FBI did. And like I just said,
Well,
yo, this
there
is
is a
common sense.
motive. They wanted
Let,
to make this
no, no,
murder.
every case Rick Bell touched would have became unraveled.
Maybe.
Every conviction would have went before a judge. Everything, if they would have proved Rick Bell to be compromised in any way, everything he touched
Okay.
would have came under scrutiny. That's a
Have you
fact.
have you read the letter from Aaliyah yet claiming that?
Yes.
Okay, she
Hmm.
was claiming that it was Ryan Hall's father that was harassing. Okay,
Aaliyah Griffin.
Aaliyah Griffin was claiming Ryan Hall's father was harassing her at work, and
Hmm.
yes, and it was actually, if you find the transcripts,
Hmm.
they were trying to say that it was um, the Bell brothers' father, Rick
Okay,
Bell.
so who said it was the Bell brothers' father? Because
Um,
clearly she know who Rick Bell is.
Michael
Because
Moore,
in her first deposition, she said that Ryan Hall met
Ryan
with Rick
Hall.
and Karen. No, wait a minute. Her and Ryan Hall met with Rick and Karen Bell at Lowndes High School. She know who's Rick Bell,
Yeah, yeah.
the Bell's brother, and they gave Ryan Hall his attendance records. Why? Why
Because
did
they were
they have
all
to give? Wait, let me finish. Why did they have to give this young man his attendance records? And then when we look at the attendance records, his attendance is all over the place, except those 3 days surrounding Kendrick
yeah.
Johnson. He had
His
perfect
attendance was
attendance.
always all over the place. He was a
Except,
terrible student.
except those 3 days. Those three
I
days, he
don't
had
know.
perfect.
Okay, I
I do.
I don't.
I got those. I got the attendance records.
Okay,
Those three
but
days, the
what
day
do you know? What
before.
else they gave him?
What?
They also gave him the threats that everyone had been receiving. That was why he met with them, because he didn't have a printer and he wanted to print out the threats that he and the boys and the parents and Taylor Deacon had been getting, and give them to the sheriff's office,
Mm-hmm.
which
Oh,
apparently they did, and we never heard about that again. So I don't
well, I don't see the threats in the file, but what I do see is a
know.
lot of witness statements. Right. I see a lot of witness statements that were given that were discredited. That's what I see. Why? I don't see any
Such
threats,
a-
no evidence of threats towards the Bells or the Eakins or nothing. But I
Oh, I
do
know. I
see
don't know where
witness
they were.
statements. I see their statements that were discredited. And nobody can tell me that Ryan Domek Hernandez was not telling the truth. Nobody can tell me that because he passed a lie detector test. He popped his
Oh,
stuff.
Ryan
He,
Hernandez. The
mhm.
problem with his lie detector test is that um, he only asked him one question, and
That was
if you're
only one
familiar
question that needed to be answered.
yeah,
Is this statement true?
right. But the way a lie detector test works is it tests your blood pressure, your sweat, and your breathing rate, and
Let me
your
ask you
heart
a
rate.
question. Are you Lay? Are you Lee Touching?
No, honey, I'm not. I promise.
You
I'm
fight you
just
win
someone.
you
I'm just
windmilling like you
someone who
Lee
had
touched
a
it.
lot of time on their back, literally, because I had a bad back injury, and so
Yeah,
I just dug right into this case. Dug
ma'am.
right into
If
it.
you Lee, just pop your pop. Say you Lee. I've been waiting to talk to you, Lee. Come
I'm not
on.
Lee, but I know Lee.
But
But yeah, that doesn't mean I have anything to do with Lee. I didn't even talk to Lee until I'd learned a lot about this case on my own
mhm.
already, and then I reached out to her.
Right.
Um,
Okay. Well, you know what? I really do appreciate everything you just said, and you are welcome to come back on this show anytime that you want to. But please know that I'm going to refute or challenge
oh,
anything that's saying.
and
Say it to me.
definitely,
And you
go for it. We're looking for the truth, right? I mean,
right, right. So with that being said, I don't trust any of the law enforcement agencies when it comes to this case. So I'm not going to trust the FBI over the DOJ. I'm not going to trust the DOJ
I
over the
trust,
FBI. I'm not
I
going to
trust
trust
the
any of
FBI.
none of them because they all lying in my opinion,
Have you seen
allegedly.
the pictures that the FBI gave to the DOJ? They're in
The-
the file. Have you seen the pictures?
I have not. That file is a lot. I have to
I
get through
know,
that
it
file.
really is.
Yes.
The only pictures you need to really worry about are the ones that they showed in, yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
I know. I
they
think I
showed
need to
in
worry
the
about every single picture
documentary.
that's in the file.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The ones in the documentary literally show Brian in a different part of the school when Kendrick was killed, murdered, whatever. All I know for sure, and this is all I can say to you is, if he was murdered, and maybe he was. I mean, I wasn't there. It wasn't the Bells. It couldn't have been the Bells. They just weren't in the place to do it.
Okay, so I didn't definitively say that they did do it. I'm asking
No, I know, and that's why I'm talking to
questions.
you. That's why I'm talking to you, because you're the only person who's actually, been an adult enough, essentially, to say, I'm not sure if it was them. Maybe it was those kids that followed him afterwards. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but we're going to find out. We're going
All
to
right.
find out. Okay, and I have one last question. If it was not the Bells, why did Brian Bell lie and Brandon Bell lie on national TV? He
They
said,
did.
"Wait,
No, no, no.
no,
How?
wait. How? He's in? Is he not in? Was he not in Kendrick's first block class?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did he not see Kendrick that day?
Oh, he was dead.
No, on the 10th. They was asking him about the 10th, not the 11th. On the
Um,
10th. They were
this
in first block together
okay, hold on,
that day. Yeah.
hold on.
See,
This was the next week. I believe it was Tuesday.
no, they asked him about January the 10th, the day Kendrick went missing. He said he
Okay,
did not see that kid that day, and he looked down and said, "No, I did not again."
okay. Keep looking
They
through the
have
file.
first. They
You're
have
gonna
first.
find a tweet in that file, and I believe it is dated for Monday or Tuesday of that week, the following week. And it said, "I'm sitting in first block class, looking at the chair Kendrick used to sit in."
And we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the interview that he gave on TV when they were
Oh
specifically
no, no, no.
asking
He
about
said,
that day.
yeah, no. He said he didn't see him in the hallway,
No,
and that was their
no.
big thing.
He said that he didn't see him that day. Okay, ma'am.
But
You got to go refresh yourself with the case because
okay,
we.
can I just say one more thing?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
this is a school of over what 3,000 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more than possible that Kendrick and Brian walked right past each other and literally did not see each other.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Yes, it is a school with over 3,000 kids. So why is the same names in the same circle coming up in Kendra's case?
I
Logan Stride in
think
his
they
first
walked
block
past
class.
each other,
The
and
the bloody tissue.
oh,
Why?
that was the younger
Cameron
girl.
Farmer, the one who found his body. All the same kids that run in the same circle out of 3,000 students keep coming up.
Girls, the two girls that found his body.
Was actually three. There was Lori Taylor, Lena Taylor, then there was
Yeah,
Cameron Farmer,
right. Okay. Yep.
and then there was a guy two
Yeah,
guys
I
actually.
think one of those guys were the ones that called 911, but I don't
Hmm.
know for sure.
Yes.
Um,
So yes,
I mean, as far
you
as
may
I'm
have to
concerned,
refresh yourself. Go
neither
ahead.
boy lied in those interviews.
Brian said he didn't see Kendrick on January 10th.
Right, which was the day that he passed him in the hallway, and that was what um, Pollock used as his smoking gun.
Listen,
But
I don't think that you're understanding. They have first block together. They
that was
both were there.
Tuesday. That was Tuesday.
That was their everyday schedule. First block.
Oh no, because their it might have been, except it was right after Christmas break. And don't semesters usually change up after Christmas break?
I got all the schedules. That
Yeah,
has the
okay.
yeah. It has the date periods. I'm talking about the dates from January to March. That's the
Okay.
schedule we're talking about. Him and
Well,
Kiljic had first block together. So how did he not see Kendrick that day?
it wasn't that day, it was a few days later.
Yeah. Why on earth would the news ask him about a date a few days later? Does that make sense?
No, no, this, what you're talking about was on a tweet. Brian sent out a tweet.
No, not a tweet. I'm talking about the news girl. You gotta go refresh yourself before you come arguing with Auntie. It is the day that Kendrick went missing, and then it's the news interview that the
Yeah,
Bell
I
brothers
know.
gave.
He said he didn't see him at all.
Yeah,
Oh, that
but they
was
had first block.
Friday. They didn't have a class together in the morning on Friday.
That was the question was for Thursday, January 10th, when Kendrick went missing. That is what he was being questioned about, ma'am.
Yeah, and
The
he said,
10th.
"Did you see Kendrick that day?" And they didn't have any classes together that day.
Yes, they did.
Or,
First
okay, wait,
block.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Possibly they did, but
So how
Kendrick was killed at 1:30.
Kendrick was
So,
killed? First block is the morning, though. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. He said
right.
he didn't see him that day. Their first period is the morning. This was before Kendrick
Well,
disappeared. And you said that
yeah,
Kendrick was killed that day. What you know about that? How do you know he was killed that day?
because he was killed on a Friday or a Thursday. And I believe the answer to your question would be because after Christmas break, your day changes. If I remember
No,
my high school days.
I am looking at the schedule from the after Christmas break schedule. I'll pull it up. You want to pull it up? Let me find this schedule for you, so I can kind of refresh your memory. Hold on a second.
Do you have an attendance record?
Yeah, have that too. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Because
It's
was
in the
Kendrick
file.
there? Because okay, you got me on something I'm not sure about. Then was
Yeah.
Kendrick in that class
Yeah,
that day?
yeah, yes, he was. He was present. Let me show you. Let Auntie show you, dear. Is this it? Is this the right one? I don't think it is. Hold on. Let me get the right doc up.
Can you hear me? I think.
You barely. Hold on a second. Mute yourself, because for some reason you sound like you underwater. Hold on, let me get the
Oh,
right
you can hear?
doc.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
looking
someone else talking, not me.
right. Let me see. Uh, all
can you
right,
hear me now,
so
Auntie?
I can. Hold on a second. Okay, so, ma'am, do you see January the 9th? This is Kendrick's schedule. It's not. It's cut off at the top, but I have another copy somewhere. January 9th, right? His first block, Math 2, Bobby Allison. Okay, this is Kendrick's schedule. First block.
Okay. This
Everybody see that, right? Let me pull up Brian's schedule, image file. Brian Bell schedule. Okay, this is Brian Bell's schedule. Brian E. Bell from January through March. First block. What is his schedule? Math 2, Bobby Wilson. Okay, now I have to bring up the fact, the proof that they both were in this class together because I have the attendance record that says both were present, along with Logan Strider, the bloody napkin child. All right, you see that, right? First block, January through March. I can't really see the.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and find the other one, man. Hold on. And
I mean, even if you're right, I'm not sure what it does mean that
I'm
he.
just telling you, he lied, and I just want to know why. Here it is. Here's first block schedule. You see that Brian Bell is present. He's a second student. You see that Kendrick Johnson was present as well. Do you guys see this?
Now,
Kendrick Johnson, marked
as far as
present.
I know, when he said he didn't see Kendrick, when he sent out the tweet about Kendrick not being in first class, that was the following week after Kendrick died.
Right, but see, this is dated January 10th. That's what we're talking
Okay.
about. We're not talking
So
about
you're.
the following week.
Oh,
Right.
I see. You're saying
He was asked about
that he
January
didn't
10th.
see Kendrick that day. Oh,
So how? My question is, why lie? See, that right there is why I can't forget about
oh,
the bells.
wow. All right. No, you found something I didn't.
Oh, I can find a lot of things that some of people didn't
Well,
find yet.
and that's why I'm tuned into you because I'm watching. That's interesting. I
Hmm.
give you that's interesting for sure.
Yeah, it is.
That's a
It
big
is
lie.
interesting. Yeah, I just want to know why the lie. We didn't have
Yeah.
to. So yeah, I will continue my research, no matter what, because the truth needs to come out, no matter what, no matter where the truth may
You
lead.
you actually have my email. Please don't share it with anyone.
I do. How?
Um,
Who are you? Well, I don't. Well, email me. Let me know who you are, because I don't know who you are.
okay.
It's a,
Yeah. So if you have any, I will. And then if you have any questions, you can email me or we can touch base. Because yeah, good job. You found something I didn't find in 2 years of research. So that's
okay.
very smart.
Anything else you want to say up here before we let you
I'm
fall back
good
to the comment? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
for having me.
You're welcome. Like
Bye
I
bye.
said, we're always going to be respectful. Goodbye. Have a good day. All right, nephew, where are you? It keeps coming in and out. Nephew, where are you? Where are you? Now I can't see you at all. Move from studio. Oh, there you are. You just spinning. I think you in a bad area. So what do you all think? What do you all think? You want me to show the okay, the news clip where he said I did not. Okay, I think that's an excellent idea. I don't know how because our hearts love Kendrick. And that's just a fact. It's very hard, and we still need to get into we still do need to get into Stephen L. Jackson's excuse me, Stephen L. Johnson's case, because I promised her and I'm not gonna let her down. All right. Let me find that video that you guys want me to bring up where Brian Bell said that he did not see Kendrick. This line.
Auntie,
Oh, God. Yes. You go there screaming loud. You there? Jay. You there, Jay?
yeah, uh huh.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm going to bring up this. This is
Both
for
Bells
the.
maintain they have rock-solid alibis. Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. I was in class, first block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No,
Did you see Kendrick that day?
no.
See?
Both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Respond to
Did you
that.
see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. I was in class, first block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No,
Did you see Kendrick that day?
no. I did not.
Where were you?
I was in class. I was in class, first block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
You guys can clearly hear the news guy asking him about the January the 10th. Not the next day, not the following week, not the day before. January the 10th. We clearly saw that Brian Bell and Kendrick Bell were present, marked present in the same class on January the 10th. So my question is, why did Brian lie?
I did not.
Anyways, I should have never done that shit to him, man. I was young and stupid, man. Kendrick didn't deserve it. They're gonna catch me, man. Anyways, I should have never done that shit to him, man. I was young and stupid, man. Kendrick didn't deserve it. They're gonna catch me, man.
All right. Let's talk about that. What was the need to lie? Why? On national TV. On national TV. You were marked president first block. Kendrick was there. Logan Strider was there. You know, the girl with the bloody tissue. She was there too. Lord, the same circles. Like I'm saying, the same circle of people. Why? Out of 3,000 students. Not coincidences, in my opinion. But hey, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions, right? Well, I'm going to say that it said, it allegedly seems like he said, they're going to catch me anyways, Brian. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all want to listen again? Hold on. I mean, that's just my ear. Let's see. I can tell you what I hear allegedly, and this is all alleged. This is not me making a solid accusation. This is me analyzing what I hear.
I did not.
Anyways, I should have never done that shit to him, man. I was young and stupid, man. Kendrick didn't deserve it.
Brandon, shut the hell up. Brandon, shut the hell up.
They're gonna catch me, man.
They're gonna catch me, Brian. That's exactly what I heard.
Anyways, I should have never done that shit to him, man. I was young and stupid, man. Kendrick didn't deserve it. They're gonna catch me, man.
Sounds like to me. He said, they're going to catch me, Brian. That's what it sounds like to me. But it may sound like to different people, different things, and we don't know what he's saying as a fact. We're investigating. We're asking questions. That's all that we are doing. You feel me? What do
Auntie,
you all? Yes,
why you
I hear
didn't
you.
bring up the fact? Well, she kept talking about first block and all that. That was another day. That's another day. Why you didn't bring up the fact that it's video footage of him pushing KJ in the cafeteria?
That didn't come to my mind. That didn't come to my mind, nephew. That's why I didn't bring it up. But it is. It's footage out there that your internet keeps going in and out. You must not be in a good area, nephew. But yeah, that's a good question. Where's she at? She in the comments. Did you see that video of Brian Bell pushing Kendrick that day? You see, the reason why that it's important. It is important, but I was hitting on the things that I can document because we can say that that's Brian with our eyes and we know it, right? But he's blurry. He's blurry. So I can't like say it, oh, that's Brian with a fact, even though I can say it. If that makes sense. Paperwork, though, paperwork that proves it to me is more important. So that's why I kept pointing the scheduling out. But yes, yeah, absolutely. Let's look at that video of Brian Bell pushing Kendrick in
You
the
can't you can't
hold
deny
on.
that was the same day.
Exactly. Hold on. Yeah, you can't deny that. Here we go. Mute yourself.
School surveillance video captures Kendrick Johnson at lunch for what would have been his last meal on the day of his disappearance. Less than 24 hours later, his lifeless body would be found in a rolled-up gym mat, leaving lots of unanswered questions. And while more than 100
Watch an unknown student reach down and retrieve something from his shoe and pass it to Brian Bell. Brian Bell retrieves the item, walks away, circles back, and pushes Kendrick Johnson.
Y'all, that's January 10th.
Then Brian meets up with someone in the back of the lunchroom.
That was Ryan Hall he read up with. Did y'all know that? I have a source that was in the lunchroom that day. And I will not reveal my source's name as always. That was Ryan Hall. At the time I made this video, I didn't know that was Ryan Hall that he met up with in the lunchroom. Same name, same circle of friends keep coming up, like I said.
Now, family, let's watch this one more time, but slower. Can anyone identify the two girls standing with the boy that's handing something to Brian?
And what did he hand him? What did he hand him?
Man, bump, man. You just said you bump first block situation. Bumper for the show. We trying to get you to see that he saw KJ.
It looks like a friendly shove to me, like boys do. Well, no, ma'am, just like nephew said, he lied. Why? And KJ didn't look like he was being friendly. KJ was looking around like he knew something was gonna go down that day. He was watching his surroundings. You got to look at the body language. And what did the kid that was standing by those two girls reach down in his shoe and hand Brian Bell? Let me rewind that. Maybe you didn't see that, babe. I need you to see it. Hold on. What he hand Brian? See, you got to slow the footage down. You got to study it. We can't just pop off at the mouth.
Now, family, let's watch this one more time, but slower. Can anyone identify the two girls standing with the boy that's handing something to Brian?
What did he hand to Brian right there? And why did Brian, if it was such friendly, why did Brian have to walk all the way over, pretend like he was going somewhere, circle back? He didn't pick up nothing right there. He circles back just to push Kendrick. Kendrick is watching his surroundings. Put something in his back pocket. Pushes Kendrick. Kendrick didn't even look his way. Friends would have said something. Friends would have said, "Hey, dog, what up? What's up? Hey, dude, stop pushing on me. He. Kendrick's watching his surroundings.
Cooperated with investigators. Only 2, according to the case file, refused to talk to police. The 2 were former Lowndes High School wrestler and now 18-year-old Brandon Bell and his younger brother, a classmate of KJ's. According to a 500-plus page case file, their father is FBI agent Rick Bell, who referred investigators to his son's attorney, and he advised them not to talk to police. Those interviews may have been relevant as students told investigators Johnson and the younger Bell boy, both varsity football players, had a fight on a school bus on the way to a game the year before, suggesting a simmering feud. Still, police reached out to Agent Bell a second time about talking to his sons. His attorney stated after consulting with the father of Brandon Bell and his brother, he had advised them not to make a statement, and therefore the pair would not be meeting with investigators. Meanwhile, a closer look at the attendance records of the younger Bell boy on the day of KJ's disappearance shows he was not tardy or absent. As for the older brother, Brandon Bell, student records show that he and other wrestling team members were excused from 3rd and 4th block classes in order to attend a wrestling tournament 2 hours away in Macon, Georgia. While it's unclear when exactly the team left campus, the court-ordered release of surveillance video shows Brandon numerous times the day KJ went missing. Here, footage shows that after at least 2 class periods have elapsed, Bell is crisscrossing the hallway in front of the old
With the
gym,
same 2 girls that
in
look
the
like
vicinity where Kendrick Johnson's body would be found the following morning. As far as the video here of KJ at lunch,
you know what I didn't understand? Let's why blur out the other students but you didn't blur out Brandon? Then that's just weird behavior to me as well.
Vicinity where Kendrick Johnson's body would be found the following morning.
There's literally a shadow right behind him. You see that shadow? Just blurred all the way out.
As far as the video here of KJ at lunch, we have confirmed that at least 1 wrestling team member who was going to that tournament is in the lunch line just ahead of KJ.
All right, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you all think? I need to know. And now we've been on this live for a whole hour and a half. And it was supposed to be about Steve and John. Lord, have mercy. But justice for Kendrick Johnson. Let's look at the comments. I still think they need to get a court order to get cadaver dogs to sniff the outside at the greenhouse. Greenhouse, dirt in the gym that just popped out of nowhere per the custodian. After he cleaned the gym, he came back in there was a pile of dirt. And he thought that pile of dirt was so significant that he told the FBI about it almost a year later. It was actually over a year later, I believe. During that investigation, he didn't forget about that pile of dirt. Greenhouse, you say? I heard. something about the greenhouse, and I heard something about a canning plant as well, and there's dirt in both of them. So we have Matt Moody's mom saying that it wasn't enough time to take Kendrick out, stuff, move 12 mats. That we know there was not 12 mats there at the time, because we have witnesses said the yellow mats were not there, just the blue ones, and there was only four, I believe, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue mats. We have basketball team members saying those yellow mats were not in the gym on January 10th at 5-ish when they was warming up for the game that night. Where did the dirt come from? Good question. I guess they don't mean nothing either, ma'am, because Brandon was 18. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I agree. I think it's all a cover up. Oh, it absolutely is, allegedly. He killed KJ, period. That wasn't a friendly shove. And he probably got a taser from that kid who went in his sock. You know, I don't know what that kid went in his sock and gave him, but we all seen him reach down into his sock and gave him something. We saw Brian Bell look like he was going to pick up something that he never picked up. We saw him circle back around. We saw him push Kendrick and go back and meet Ryan Hall in the back of the lunchroom. And then we saw KJ walking down the hall, and we saw these black children plotting and laughing and passing off something to a white kid in a red shirt. All of it is weird behavior. But everybody wants me and us and all of us to believe that this was some unfortunate accident. Well, if it wasn't so many questions unanswered, missing evidence, organs, clothing, footage, mishaps in the paperwork. Coroner said January 10th he was found. Rick Bell's lawsuit said January 5th he was found at 1:30 p.m. Come on now. All these discrepancies popping out everywhere. Dr. Gaffney Kraft said that she put the organs back in his chest cavity, sent him on with Owens transport to the funeral home. But Rodney Bryant, who was also the autopsy tech in the autopsy room, said, well, no, Bill Watson, no. The Pacieria, but we destroyed it. It was advanced. It was advanced decomposition in 3 days. Advanced decomposition in 3 days. Why didn't y'all refrigerate Kendrick's body? How did the state of his body be in advanced composition that it was so bad that the funeral home had to tell the Johnsons that they couldn't see their child that day when he arrived on the 14th of January? Let us clean him up first. His body is so bad that the funeral home had to call the GBI and say, the coroner, and said, what's going on with this kid's body? Why didn't they let Bill Watson store the body at the local funeral home? Why did Valdosta City Police interject themselves into a case that they swore up and down they ain't had nothing to do with and investigate? We'll storm. Let me call and get permission. Instead of letting that body go to the funeral home. Normal procedures. Y'all want us to look at surface level stuff, and we're not doing that this time. I'm not looking at surface. Everything suspect. Even the infiltration and blow up of the KJ Army situation. I'm not looking at surface level nothing. I don't care how disrespectful it look. Something's wrong. And I'm going to find out what it is.
Terribly wrong.
Stranger, a spy. Thanks for coming. But she was sent. I believe she was sent. She confirmed he was killed at 1:30. Yeah, she did say that. Same thing Rick Bill said on January 10th. How y'all know? How y'all know he was killed on January 10th? You know I believe that everything was staged. Y'all know I believe that the whole body discovery was staged. They all close friends. And they all dressed up and they're cheerleaders and they're pretty. Well, let me go climb on some dirty mats. Yeah, no. We know how cheerleaders are. They're not climbing on no mats. They're not sitting on dirty nothing. Come on. All right. Yes, cannon plant is what you called it the other night. Yes, and we have pictures of that in the greenhouse. That's where the dirt came from. Where did they hide his body? You have some people saying that they hid him in a locker in a weight room until they was able to come back and put him in the mat. He wasn't in that mat. We have several people saying he was not in that mat. Those mats were not even there. Only the 4 blue ones were there. They played basketball in that gym, and they was in all corners. And KJ was not in that mat. The police reports. I know what the police report says. I don't believe the police. I don't believe the police. They lost credibility. When they didn't call the coroner immediately, strangers on podcasts, they lost credibility. When they didn't rope off the crime scene and treat it as a crime scene, they lost credibility.
Right.
They lost credibility. When they allowed people in the gym continue and school didn't get let out, they lost credibility. Because why didn't you call the coroner immediately? And why did you even call the paramedics? When the mat was pulled down, they said they smelled death. Everybody already knew he was dead. The coroner should have been called immediately, and can't nobody explain that away. It's illegal. But they got away with it. They got away with a lot of things. And a lot of things were not scrutinized, and they were not investigated further. All this, like the transport records. Let's go there. Owen said, we don't have a time of KJ's body removal or movable documented, because in the place where it says what the time was, what the time they left was, what the time, how long did they waited, all says no charge. NC for no charge. That is not even supposed to be there, but that's what's there. That's what's there. What does the time of arrival have to do with no charge? What does the time of departure have to do with no charge? I'm not looking at surface level. I don't believe none of them. I don't believe Ashley Paul. He should have recused himself when he had a grandson on that wrestling team, the same wrestling team that gave the alibi for Brandon Bell. No, ma'am. Anybody else? This whole daggone section was still about Kendrick Johnson, and I don't even mind, because we still gonna find out. We still looking, and this is no disrespect.
She said, agree. A lot of people made a lot of mistakes. I'm gonna tell you something about that. I've never seen this many mistakes in a crime ever. I'm talking about every angle of this case was a mistake.
Right. Ain't no way. There's no way that those many mistakes happened. This was intentional. In my opinion, it was intentional. Dates were omitted intentionally. January 10th was embedded in people's mind because that possibly was the true discovery date, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Too many mistakes. Oh, I didn't destroy the organs, but I did destroy the organs. Oh, no, I messed up. I mixed a Visceria with Viscera. Virtuous. No. All these mistakes. No. This is what happens. This is what happens when a person or people or a collective amount of people, and I don't care if it's 100 or 50 or 20, they decide not to tell the truth. Mistakes happens when the truth is buried. These amount of mistakes happen when the truth is buried. Because you can't keep lies straight. You can keep the truth straight, but you can't keep lies straight. Well, you know what? A funeral worker may have lied, but also Owens may have lied. Dr. Gaffney Crabb did lie. She did lie. Okay? She did lie. She said that in her deposition that she personally looked at that footage and saw Kendrick Johnson walk into that gym by himself. Lie. Because had you'd have seen that he didn't walk in the gym by himself. Right? Let's show that. Let's show that. She lied. Come on. I don't believe nothing Dr. Crab says, and she can sue me. So I can tell the judge why I don't believe her and why I called her a liar. Real talk. Sue me. I would love to bring my questions that are not being answered in front of a judge.
Then you also got to realize that everybody that was on this case had years on top of years of professionalism. So if you have these so-called many mistakes in the case, it
Right.
wasn't mistakes; it was intentional.
In my opinion, you're right. So let's watch this. Watch this real quick.
On January 10th, 2013, Kendrick Johnson walks into the Lowndes County High School gym, only to never be seen and heard from again. He disappeared without a trace. It was said that he walked into the gym alone, but that's not what the video evidence shows. On January 11th, 2013, Kendrick Johnson was found deceased in the gym at Lowndes County High School in a vertical standing, rolled-up gym mat upside down and head first. The kids notice Kendrick is approaching the gym. Then what happens next appears to be an item handed off to the Caucasian kid in the red shirt.
What was that all about?
All black walks away
because
he knows what is about to go down.
What is that all about?
Next, the white kid in the red shirt enters the gym right before Kendrick.
And there go the other kids. Come on now. He went in the gym. Who? When? Where? By himself? Where? Dr. Gaffney Crab, you gave sworn testimony and said you watched the footage yourself and you determined that he was in there by himself. Come on.
Family, now I want you to watch it again.
Clearly see them plotting on this kid.
Next, the black kid in white shirt, shorts, and red backpack relays the message to the kid waiting in the bathroom and said, "Come on."
And that's not the bathroom, guys. He walked in from outside.
The black kid in the striped shirt exits
now, I don't think that
the
kid was
bathroom.
black either.
And the last three kids walked into the gym after Kendrick to either watch or participate. Family, what do you think they handed to the kid in the red shirt?
So yes, it's two things that I wanted. Well, I corrected this before to correct because I looked at the video very much closer. The kid came from outside. That's the outside door, double doors, I believe. He didn't come from the bathroom. He came from outside. They beckoned him to whoever beckoned him to come on. He came in from the outside, and they all walked into the gym. Come on. Dr. Gaffney Crab, how he going to the gym by himself? Ma'am, he didn't. But you want me to believe your autopsy that does not have no proof that he died of positional asphyxia, and you based it off he was in there by himself, and you based it off, you made that decision because you saw him walk into the gym by himself? That's a autopsy, not an autopsy, and I said what I said. Stranger, can you explain that? Who are these kids? Who are these kids? And what do they have to do with it? I said what I said. Who is these kids and what did they have to do with it? Let's talk about it. Because the gaslighting and deflecting got to stop. All right. How coincidental is it that the superintendent's daughter finds the... Girl, not one superintendent's body. Both of them. Lori and Lena Taylor. Sisters. Cheerleaders. Come on. They not climbing on those dirty mats. Haven't seen them climb on the mats yet. I've been looking at that video. I haven't gotten all the way through that footage. I haven't seen anybody climb on the mats yet. But I'm looking. You can see. It's blurry, but you can see certain things happen if they really happened. Not saying that they haven't. Saying I haven't got that far in the video. I've been sidetracked the last few days. Yes, they did. Thank you for agreeing with that. Too many people made mistakes. The reason I feel like they need to get cadaver dogs, yeah, because there is decomp at the canning house, dragged all the way outside and trailed all the way back to the window to the inside, or like you just said, if the dog smelled decomp and other parts in the gym away from the mat, that would prove that his body was elsewhere and then moved to the mat. It will refute the mat accident theory, period. They were all huddled up in the corner when the coroner got there 5 hours later. Why? Plotting, conniving, and covering up. Can't say I disagree. Something is wrong with this whole situation and the stuff that's being brought up now with KJ Army. I believe people are getting scared. These cases needs to be researched and continue to investigate it. Too much cover up. I agree. The most important thing here is he did not take out his own organs. Absolutely didn't. Those came out at the first autopsy. Different team. What do you mean different team? What different team? I don't know. I believed it was staged, finding up the body, etc. You know, I believe that. This might be true. Absolutely. This was pre-planned. No mistakes. You know what I believe? Using cadaver dogs to prove he was in other part of the gym before placed in the mat, it will win their case on just that circumstance alone. I believe that as well. The organs do determine the time of death. They do. And they also determine the cause of death. I do believe that. Also, cadaver dogs can still sense decomp, even if they put in a new floor, walls, and carpet. It can smell it up to 30 feet down. Wow. We need some cadaver dogs, huh? That's right, facts. Truth will always be remembered. Lies can't keep it together. He designed the truth to prevail. Amen. I believe that baby was killed somewhere else and the mats were used to hide his body. That dirt in the gym came from somewhere. I don't see someone with a 16-inch shoulder even fitting far enough down a 19-inch mat to even get in there. Okay, so it was said that Kendrick's width of his shoulders were 19 inches and the mat hole was like 14 to 16 inches. And no, he would have to Dr. Gaffney Craft said that he would have to shimmy himself down. Dr. Gaffney Craft said in her deposition in the funeral home lawsuit that the shoe had not even reached the ground. The mat hole was so small that it caught the shoe and it was midway down. And that's why Kendrick started to reach for it. The opening wasn't even wide enough for a 9.5, 10-inch shoe to fall to the ground. It didn't start falling until Kendrick decided willingly to shimmy himself down into the tight mat. Come on, man. If y'all don't get out of here with that mess, I'll never believe it. They didn't think the case would go this far. They didn't. That's right, Leah Ficklin. It's buried. When a person lies, they must keep covering up more lies on top of that lie. Absolutely. That's right. That's true. You can't keep a lie straight because you got to remember the lie you told covered the other. Absolutely. That's right. The truth will stand. Lies can't stand to keep it together. God's design. All right. Let's keep going. I agree. But trying to speed the rate of decomp by not having to cool on in the cooler. Yes. Absolutely. There's no way a body that was properly refrigerated will be in that state of composition in 3 days, guys. Three days. 3 days. Yeah, who's blurred out? And you can unblur them now. They no longer kids. But I'm trying to figure out why the shoes blurred. The shoes of all the well, we know why the shoes blurred. Guys, wow. What a night. And the kid walked in before Kendrick. So how was he by himself? He wasn't by himself. Can't nobody tell me. And hopefully Strange, the podcast Strange, will see what I'm talking about. He wasn't in there by himself. Yes. One thing I can say, there were quite a few secret and suspicious gatherings throughout the day, right, in Kendrick's presence. Absolutely. And you know what else is odd? His very best friend, his cousin, Solo, was set up in the lunchroom the day before to get suspended. Because Kendrick and Solo together were a powerful team. And they knew they wouldn't be able to do this to Kendrick with Solo present. They barely was able to do it to Kendrick by himself, I heard. They couldn't hang with Kendrick by himself. So the fact that his twin, his cousin, his best friend was set up to be suspended the day before and the very day, next day, this happened to Kendrick, screams premeditated. Hey, baby. Guys, I know I wanted to get into the Stephen L. Johnson situation, his story. We're going to put that on hold for now. We've already been here almost 2 hours, and guess who we're talking about? That kid that we love. Period, point blank. Can't help it. But let's meet up tomorrow, okay? And tomorrow, let's please talk about Stephen L. Johnson, because he died in such a diabolical way, equally diabolical. He was handcuffed and shackled. Handcuffed and shackled. But they want us to believe that he got away from the police, ran to the river and jumped in it with his hands behind his back and his feet shackled when the police couldn't get him. He jumped in the river and killed himself, yet there was no water in his lungs. He died of asphyxiation again. Another case of asphyxiation out of Georgia, the same GBI, the same.
That's crazy.
And he drowned with no water in his lungs, and the lungs also were not heavy, and they were underweight as well, just like Kendrick Johnson. Come on. Jimmy Williams Sr., same situation. That's kind of a same situation. He didn't drown. Same weird death. They want us to believe that the tractor that he's been driving for 50 years backed over him and just stopped. It didn't roll all the way over him. It just stopped and propped his leg up. And he died from blunt force trauma. But also it says he died from a heart attack. Come on, which one is it? Blunt force trauma or the heart attack? We're going to get into that story as well, guys. I love y'all. Y'all know I do.
Auntie,
Yes.
I leave out with the intro song.
Yes, I am. Because I'm going to save Stephen L. Johnson's song for tomorrow. His mother loved it. Thank the Lord. She loved it. We're going to get into that tomorrow. And then we're going to get into Jimmy Williams. We're going to get into that. I think his family is available on Monday. So we do have some other stories, but no, we're not leaving Kendrick Johnson alone. And if you think that's disrespectful, I respect your thoughts and I respect your decision to respectfully just please leave the page. Man, come on. Don't argue with me in the comments. Don't argue with the people that still want to know what happened to Kendrick in the comments. What's the point? We're not over there arguing with you guys in the comments. We're not. And I don't block people. I try not to block people. What didn't happen? That doesn't happen. What didn't happen? The shoe was already in the mat. What didn't happen? Oh, I'm interested in knowing what you mean didn't happen. What didn't happen? We know the shoe they said was in the mat. Well, that's what they say, but I heard, the DOJ said that the shoe was planted, so I don't know. Thank you. And it's plenty more coming.
Shoot, that's how we feel about it too. That the shoe was planted.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What didn't happen? Strange.
I thought you talking about that.
Well, I can't see what was in the raid report. It's sealed. It's sealed. Why is it sealed? So many years later, it's still sealed. If nothing was found, why not say what was found? Right? And you still can't tell me a judge is going to sign off on a warrant just because somebody says this. No, it has to be evidence.
Yep, you got to present the evidence to the judge. The judge would then
Hmm.
uh, look over it, investigate it, and give that proper cause to get you out a search warrant. You just
Right,
can't say you can't. They would not go off no he say she say.
right. And I must say that I agree with Michael Moore for telling the FBI, no, it's okay. Well, one of the team members was under investigation. Come on. If you guys do not really understand the significance of them not being able to really do what they should do with integrity, which is really investigate Mr. Bell, they couldn't. I've explained that. Everything he touched would have unraveled. Every case, every conviction would have came under scrutiny. You'd have had all kind of people coming up saying, "Hey, I want a new trial." Because this FBI agent that worked on my case was allegedly corrupt.
Stranger
They
on the
can't.
podcast. Yeah, okay, you said this, if the shoe was already it was in there and it didn't fall out. Okay, she said it didn't fall to the floor. So can you uh tell me why wasn't there no blood on the shoe? So I also want to ask you: do you believe he climbed in the bed and died like that?
Well, do you want to bring up the what she said in her deposition when she said that the shoe did not fall all the way down? See, I didn't say that, but the person who put that he died of positional asphyxia said that in her deposition. Strange. She said it was in there, but it wasn't all the way down to the ground. See, the hole was too small to catch it.
So he looked in the mat. He assumed that, you know what I'm saying, since the shoe wasn't that far down in the mat, he could reach in there and get the shoe. But somehow when he got in there, the shoe fell deeper inside the mat, and he wiggled himself in there to try to get the shoe.
Hmm. Yeah, instead of just keeping the shoes that he had on his feet that somehow mysteriously came off his feet and was neatly tucked behind his legs, in the mat. So instead of making the better decision is, oh, I just want to play basketball. If I can't push it over, I won't play basketball. I just sit down, I stand over in the corner because see that's what a student said he did that day. He didn't play basketball. Something was on his mind. He set up against the wall that day. He didn't play basketball that day because it looked like he was worried about something. Come on now. We got sources that were there that day, so I don't believe none of this. None of it.
It's entertaining though.
It's crazy. Yes. So, yeah, answer that question. Wait. Why wasn't blood on the shoes?
How do you believe uh Kendrick Johnson died? Because if you say that you believe he died like that, and you saying that the shoe was already in the mat, then you gonna have to ask yourself why wasn't there no blood on the shoe that was in the mat? You
On
gotta make it
top of
make
the blood.
sense.
On top of the blood.
It was on top of the blood. You got to make sense. You gonna have to make sense out of that.
That was part of the evidence that went into the drying chamber. What was part of the evidence? You know what went in the drying chamber? The orange, white, and gray shoes also went into the drying chamber. How did they get soaked in blood? That was item number 8. How did item number 8 get soaked in blood? Why did they have to go into the drying chamber? Don't believe CNN. Why not? Why not? I actually don't believe nobody, to be honest, but why not? But you want me to believe the FBI of all people? No.
Man, everybody suspect. Everybody.
Yep. Will not. No, those shoes were the shoes he wore into the gym, the orange and white Griffins. Yeah, I'm well aware of those.
And when I
Well
mean
aware.
everybody suspect, I mean everybody.
How
Emphasize.
was he going to how was he going to play basketball and his next block was the weight class? How was he going to play basketball? How does that make sense? He was going to weight class, not wrestling class. It was no wrestling class, weight class. That's right, Kara. Kara, it didn't. The black shoe. The black shoe what? The black shoe what? That was a wrestling shoe hanging from the roof, Michelle Birch. The match from that black shoe was in front of a yellow match, quite some feet away, which didn't make sense because you have witness students saying that there was a pair of shoes by the mat when they was ushered out of the gym. Pair in plural, not one. So that makes me believe that both of those black shoes were by the mat, not one inside, up under Kendrick Johnson's head. Yeah, please explain all the scrapes and bruises. Everybody. But he was Wanda Edwards' aide, so I'm not sure what that is. Who was Wanda Edwards' aide, said so?
I think it
Wanda
was
Edwards
already.
said what?
I think it was already out.
Wanda
They
Edwards
went
said
for,
what,
they went
Strange?
for one shoe. Just my opinion. That one shoe didn't have no blood on it. That's what I'm saying.
I think it was already out. What was out?
The,
You talking about the black shoe?
I guess one of the shoes.
He didn't go in for the shoe, ma'am. I'm gonna tell you something about black people. We're not going in a mat. We're not going. We don't do stuff like that. It's against everything that we were taught. We were taught to survive. He's not doing that. And that's what a lot of people, and this hasn't, his death really, you know that what I believe about the racial uh narrative. We're not going into the mat. We're not doing it. That's something that we're not that adventurous.
Nobody else has ever went in the mat like that. But y'all want to tell us this all out of the blue. Kendrick Johnson went in that mat to get a shoe.
Our mentality as black people, I'm just saying, and this is not me making a race. White people, okay, they're adventurous. They raised up, in the country. They go deer hunting. They do a lot of things and they get a rush out of doing things that may be slightly dangerous. Does that make sense? That
Even
they're
at
more
even at
right.
17. Yes,
Yes,
that
even at
you definitely that's old enough to know not to do that. Now, this was a case of a early elementary, was playing hide and go seek in that more. Yeah, cool. But
thank
at
you.
the age of 17, you is not finna just be trying to climb in that damn mat to get no shoe, bro.
Exactly. I'm trying to give you our background. We're not raised that way. We're raised because we're raised in such dangerous elements that we run from danger.
We're not mad at you.
I'm not mad at her. I'm just telling her.
We just explaining to you that that did not happen, bro. It just did not happen. It's no evidence whatsoever that can indicate that. Even the cause of death that they seeing, they are not even sure about it because that's how they worded it.
Well, that the DOJ changed the call, the cause of death to undetermined because they couldn't determine how he got into the map.
Yeah, even but think about it though. The initial call that was indicated before, like within 24 hours anyway, without investigation anyway.
Right, Billy. Right. You're absolutely right, nephew. And guys, like I said, I did not plan on this, but honestly, Kendrick Johnson is in the world, in a lot of our hearts, and we just want justice to be served. We want the truth wherever it may lead. Uh, we do want the Johnsons to be able to heal, no matter what it looks like. What it may look like that I'm being, like I said, disrespectful or being, I don't know, whatever these people are trying to say. But honestly, this is me blind, not being blind and looking on the surface and looking at the bigger picture, looking at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is it still need to come out. The truth needs to come out. So I'm gonna decide to just weather the storm. I'm gonna decide to just weather the attacks or whatever, whatever that they're doing out there. And now I'm fighting ops in the army. It is what it is. But my focus is still on what happened to this child of hers. Never said that I loved him more than her. That's impossible. There's no way anybody can love Kendrick Johnson more than Miss Johnson, Mr. Johnson, and his siblings.
We taking
Impossible.
we taking on the degrading and everything.
No, no. Nothing fits the evidence. Why do you think that this case won't go away? Because nothing fits. And let me ask you a question. What evidence? What evidence are you talking about? Because the evidence that's needed was destroyed or not collected. So what evidence? Everything fits the evidence that they decided to leave there. That's what you're basing it off of. We're basing it off of the evidence that they destroyed beneath the surface. Okay? Because the evidence that even the evidence that they left there for us to see doesn't make sense. So your analysis is your analysis. That's great. But like I said, we're going to go wherever the evidence leads us. And that's a fact. Anybody else? Come back tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, stranger, because tomorrow not going to talk about Kendrick. We're going to talk about Stephen L. Johnson. But come back the next time, because 9 times out of 10, we're going to be talking about Kendrick. I just can't help it. We can't help it. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for what he went through. I'm less sympathetic to the Johnsons that I was. Sorry. I don't know what that. I'm less sympathetic to the Johnsons
I'm
that
less sympathetic.
huh?
She's saying that
I'm less
I'm less
sympathetic.
sympathetic
I
to
know.
the Johnsons. She forgot to put the O to the Johnsons that I was.
I don't know what that means. I still don't understand what that means. Go for it. Yes, ma'am. We will.
I understand what you're saying, and I personally don't blame you for that.
Right. And no, ma'am, she does not. Never did. 3-minute window makes it even more suspicious. Because then nobody see him on the mat. Yeah, see, that's the same thing that Miss Moody said. Miss Moody said 7 minutes. You're saying 3 minutes. But Miss Moody said kids are always passing through that gym, but there's not one witness saying that he was on top of the mat. Not one.
Auntie, look at the last message that they were trying to say.
It was wrapped. What was
No,
wrapped?
no, the last message.
Can't type. They hurt people. Well, I don't have nothing to do with that at this moment, and I don't even know if that's true. You know, so I can't say that that's true at all. I won't base things off of people's emotions or what they think that the Johnsons did or what they think that they didn't do. I cannot say that they hurt anybody. I can say that they're hurt. I can say that they lost their child. That's what I can say for a fact. I can't really say anything about who they hurt or if they hurt. I have no evidence of none of that. That's not what it's about anyway.
But everybody has you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their opinions on stuff. So
You're saying what is? Okay, so I can't base. Well, what I'm saying to you, stranger, is I can't base my investigation or my digging into evidence off of way that people feel or may not feel about this don't have anything to do with them. The fact is that Kendrick died and he was murdered, in my opinion. In my opinion. And if they hurt people, they are hurt. And my goal has never been to inflict any more pain.
Billy,
to bring truth.
right? Billy, hey, you not the only one, boy. You are not the only one.
Thank you for understanding. Thank you for understanding. But guys, it's 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, we've been on here for over 2 hours. We'll be back tomorrow. Please meet us back tomorrow. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Nephew wants me to go out with the song that I played coming in, and I do think that it is an appropriate song to play because this is our mindset. We still stand. We still rise. We still stand. It is what it is. Let's go out with that.
Listen to the words, y'all. Listen to the words.
Wait. I done turned the music all the way down because Auntie and technology do not disagree. But let's get it, guys. It's justice. It's justice. It's justice for Kendrick. It's justice for Stephen Johnson. It's justice for Jimmy L. Williams and Sr. and everybody else that needs justice.
That God put in you.
Everybody, drop justice for Kendrick Johnson in the comments before we leave. Drop justice for Kendrick.
Even when they don't see it. Yeah. We still fight. Even when they don't believe it. Yeah. Love so deep. Yeah. It don't need a reason.
Yeah.
God gave purpose. We just walk in his meaning.
Yeah. We still stand, we don't fold, we don't break. Through the pain, through the lies, through the weight. For the ones who can't speak, we awake. This that love they can't fake. Yeah, they say, leave it alone. Let it rest, let it die. But how you turn your back when the truth still cry? When the silence too loud, when the story don't add, when the system go quiet but the spirit stay mad. This ain't anger, this alignment with a high call. When you chosen, you don't get to ignore it at all. Even when the family tied, even when hope thin. Gotta send a stranger just to step back in. We don't move off feelings, we move off faith. Even when the road long and the path ain't straight. It's that burden you carry that you didn't choose, but it chose you. Now you got something to prove.
We still stand, even when they don't see it. Even when they don't see it. We still fight, even when they don't believe it. Love so deep.
Justice for Kendrick Johnson.
Don't need a reason.
Don't need a reason.
God gave purpose. We just walk in his meaning.
Yeah. They don't get it. How we love people we never met.
Hey.
How we cry over names we can't forget. How we carry their stories like they ours too. That's that God.
That's what we do.
That's what love do. It ain't logic, it's spiritual obedience. When the world goes
that's
cold,
right, that's exactly what
obedient.
It is.
We don't quit cause it's hard or inconvenient. We stay planted, rooted, firm in the sequence.
Justice for Kendrick Johnson in the comments.
We knock again, even when they silence us. We talk again, even when they doubt. We still defend, cause truth don't die. It just
don't die.
win.
Hey.
Even when the victim's voice fades.
Hallelujah.
Even when the world moves on, we don't.
We don't.
Because love don't expire. And
Justice
purpose
for
don't
Kendrick
clock
Johnson.
out.
Yeah, we planted in truth.
Hey.
We still fight, that's the God in our roots.
The God in our roots.
Yeah, we rise, we produce. For the lost, for the silence, for the youth. We still stand. We ain't leaving the field. Every wound, every scar get revealed.
Hey.
The love only heaven can build. And we won't stop.
Won't stop.
Till
the truth is revealed. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We love y'all. Peace and love. Salute, nephew.
Till the truth is revealed. Please.